Harold? Where are you, Harold? Why is the shop abandoned again? Harold! Oh, look. There's Harold again, just standing there, not doing his job. Harold has a lazy trait. This can be a problem sometimes. Sometimes you gotta motivate people. We're gonna talk to Harold. Good day, my liege. What can I help you with? You can get to work, Harold. And I can tell him that. You need to work harder. Let's go. Get to work. Oh, yes, my lord. Then get in there. Dude takes a cigarette break longer than anybody I've ever seen before. And cigarettes aren't even in this game. Get in there. No. No. Ugh. He's going the long way. That's Harold for you. Going the long way. Harold is one of the fun NPCs in this game. We're going to meet one more named Fernando, and then we're going to jump into our preview.
My lord, thank you for inviting me to your village. I would be happy to work any job you require of me. But if I may be so bold, I would prefer to work with the women. It is simply a fact of life. The ladies love Fernando, and Fernando works best when he can see their beautiful smiles.
All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed our intro, meeting Harold and Fernando, two of the fun NPCs in this game. I am Eric from the Mature Minded Gamers, as always, bringing you great content. Today we are looking at a preview of Noble Legacy. They were nice enough to give us a early version of it. This game is coming out very, very soon into early access on Steam. And I do want to mention our build that we were recording off of might be slightly different. There might be a few changes here and there than the build that's going to actually release into early access. I have a great roadmap out showing the next 3 major updates, what they have planned. But I want to hit on a couple more things about this game that I really enjoyed before we deep dive into that. I do want to mention this game does some really cool things. The building, the blueprint system, the NPC management, the decorations, all that stuff is really well done, and it matters. Like, decorating a house isn't just for you to make you feel better about it. It actually increases the NPC's happiness and their work efficiency, so they'll work better if they have a nicer decorated place to live and to work in. Both places matter, and you have to assign jobs for all these NPCs. There's different classes. Some of them won't do the minor tasks like mining. Other ones want to work in like a tavern. There's a whole variety of stuff. There's a whole class system built into the game, and it's all a ton of fun. And then money. You have to sell things. So you have to bring in resources, sell it to visitors. You have to keep the visitors happy, right? They want to be able to find the products that they want when they're coming to visit, whether that's food or maybe some ore or some resource like that. And this game just has it all wrapped up in a neat little package. And you'll get lost building a bar, or a tavern, whatever you want to call it, or a church. The next thing you know, it's been like an hour and all you've done is built and try to get this thing looking the way that you want, and then getting the decoration score up, and then making sure you have it big enough and the right pieces in place to level it up, because you can actually level up your buildings to make them work better and more efficient. This game just offers a lot of cool things, and we're going to dive in. I'm going to show you some of the highlights of our many play hours in it so far. But first, let's take a look at this roadmap and look at what's coming here in the future of Noble Legacy. All right, so this is the roadmap that they shared on their Discord. You can see all this, all this might change slightly, but overall, I like what I see so far, because the very first ones we're touching on gift giving, romance, all that kind of goes hand in hand. Right now, there's not really marriage in the game, but it looks like that's one of their first targets. So obviously, that's going to make Fernando very happy, or maybe not happy, right? Then you have some other buildings coming in that will add new layers to the game itself. Player housings will be interesting. I think that kind of goes with castle building, because obviously you're the lord, so you will want to live in the castle yourself. Then we have the wildlands coming in the winter of 2025, so just later on this year. Hunters and wildlife. Have you watched the trailer? You've seen they were hunting a deer with a bow and arrow. Then there's a bathhouse coming. That's actually on the tech tree already. A lot of this stuff actually shows up as coming soon. Pastures and shepherds, you got husbandry, you got a fishing minigame. I find this interesting because right now you just hold E to gather resources like you do when you're cutting wood or mining, and that's how the fishing game works. So it'll be cool to see what they do with adding some kind of a fishing game to it. And then for spring of 2026, you have life and death. So apothecaries in there, illness and disease, children, relationships expanded, and expanded combat. Combat is kind of basic. So I'm excited to see what the expanded combat will look like. So love the roadmap. I love what they're trying to do with this game. I cannot wait to dive in and show you a little bit more of what the building stuff looks like. Let's get to that next. All right, let's show off some of the building in Noble Legacy. I'm going to build the tavern. It's my favorite structure in all the games because it's where all the fun happens, right? Building is very similar to a lot of other games in Noble Legacy. You open the build menu, you find the piece you want to use. We're going to use a foundation. You can do snap off and on with the T keys. You can see you can move things up and down. You can rotate with R. It's all very, very similar. So we're going to move these down to the ground level. We're doing a tavern. Probably going to make it a 3 by 3 if I had to guess. All right, let's switch back and find the walls. So I'm going to use some windowed walls here in the front. We'll have one there, one there. We're going to put a door right here. Some of these I have on my hotbar, by the way. If you hit F, you can see these are the ones I use a lot. I have the door there. I picked it the manual way. Here's the wood foundation stairs. If you want to put it there, you don't need to since we can walk here, but you can use them if you want. There we go. Now you got a little stair, one stair there to get you in if you really, really want to. So, all right, let's look at some of the other things you can build. Just a quick scroll through here. Some of these are higher level materials that you have to get the resources to build. Some roof pieces here. Miscellaneous pieces. Here's some production pieces. If you want to make it a certain thing. So we're making a bar, right? So we would actually want to find services. We'd want to find the bar tab, which is, oops, I think I passed it right there, the rustic bar. This will trigger this to be a tavern. So say we wanted the bar to be right here as soon as you walk into the door. There we go. Now, see, now you can see it's labeled as a tavern. I could put another one down if I wanted, just whatever you want to do here. And then we're going to build around this. So let's get this built here. I'll kind of speed up the process, show you what my like. All right, now we got the tavern complete. I have decorated it. I'm calling it the Wagon Wheel Tavern and Inn. So you have to put some wagon wheels out front, right? Real fancy. This is the inn and the tavern. Let's give you a tour of what the inside actually looks like. All right. So here on the left, we have some seating for our patrons. We got the bar right here. Got the cooking pot over here, mushroom stew crafting pot. Got some ale in these boxes over here and some other supplies. We got some more ale because, well, what do you do back in the medieval times? You drink. That's what you do for entertainment. Got some storage over here. Got a nice cleaning tub with some cups. This is where we clean our cups to keep them, perfectly pristine and germ-free for the patrons. Over here we have some more seating. A little fancier side over here with the rope barrier. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's tour of the bottom floor. It's where most people are going to see. Now, if you want to go upstairs, we got the signature wagon wheel. Let people know you are in the wagon wheel bar. Up here we have the rooms. That's right. It's where all the action happens. People sleep and have other entertaining things happen. We got 5 rooms of it. All right, that is the tour of the Wagon Wheel Tavern and Inn. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I really enjoy building in Noble Legacy. It's a lot of fun. There is going to be a lot more unlocks, it looks like, in the roadmap and even in the game I'm playing in. I don't have everything unlocked yet, but still, the stuff that's there makes it fun. It's fitting, and you can have a little bit of fun building and designing your buildings. All right, and this game also features a really cool weather system. Let's take a look at some of my favorite pieces of that because it actually affects your villagers. This game has some of the best weather effects I've seen in a smaller indie title like this. You can see it's raining. Look at the puddles of water that show up, and just the rain, and then the fog or the mist coming off of the ground. It also has some great snow effects. As you can see, you can walk around and see your path. The snow is deeper in some areas, which I really like. And as you can see now, that snow is melting as the times are changing. The seasons are changing, and you get to watch it all happen with your very own eyes. Another cool thing about Noble Legacy is there's a mission system in the game. Let me show you a little bit more about that. Sometimes you'll have an NPC that wants to talk to you. You'll see it pop up in the bottom left of the screen, and you'll see an exclamation mark on them. Here's Alice. She's wanting to have a discussion with me. Let's see what's going on, because I think it's going to lead us to our next quest. My lord, something's happened. It will need your attention. Alright, so we have a poisoned well quest. The well water is unpalatable for us to drink. Some people are getting sick. More will follow. What should we do? So we have a cure for me. A local forage suggests perhaps some rare mulch in the forest. And while we're out there, we best take care of the source of this illness just for good measure. All right, I'm not going to read the other ones, but you can see here you do have options. Some of them requires resources. Some of them is just like, I don't really care that much. Let's just hope it doesn't happen. So you get to make the choice, and I really like that aspect of this game. All right, on top of everything that I've already showed you, there's also several other systems built into the game. We're just going to cover those briefly here. You have your kingdom tab here, which shows you the status of your kingdom, also what's required to hit the next rank. You have a quick overview of your labor, and you have your economy. This is where you can set prices, or not prices, this is where you can set how much you want to keep and how much you want to sell it. You have milestones. You have which hasn't been anything there yet, but I'd like that it's there. Potentially, they have something big planned for that. I suspect. You have your villager tab here. We've already kind of looked at it. You have your buildings tab. This is where you can assign people to do their work and also upgrade from. If you're able to upgrade with maintenance, you can add fuel to things from here. This is where you'd upgrade. It shows you what you're missing. You have your visitors, which is people coming in. You can see what they're coming for, if they succeeded or failed, and different things like that. Their attitude, all that stuff. You have your recruits. This is where you bring more people into your village, and you can negotiate with them to get a little bit more info about what they want to do. If this is a tradesman, this is what he likes to do job wise, and then you can make him an offer to join you if he wants. You have your research tab. Currently, this is not completely finished. There's some more that's coming soon that I showed you a little bit on the roadmap there. But you can see there's actually multiple pages. There's 3 different pages of stuff you can start researching and learning. And you do have to have a library down and an NPC assigned to that to get that going. Or you can do the research yourself manually if you want, whatever floats your boat. And then finally, there's the guide tab, which is kind of like the tutorial. So I do recommend everybody do the campaign, which walks you through the tutorial of how to do all the basic stuff. But if you're running into sandbox mode, you just kind of want a refresher, you can always come into the tutorial and kind of refresh yourself here. There's also a breakdown of all the building types in here as well. That wraps up our preview for Noble Legacy. I am very excited for this game. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with it. All the buildings that everybody builds. There's a great prefab system. You can upload stuff to Steam, the Steam Workshop. If you have something you like, you can download other people's creations and put it into your world. There's just so much positive about this game. I am very excited. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have yourself a great day.